This is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is April 17th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. I appreciate all the follows, especially on my YouTube channel. I post this on Twitter. Retweets are especially appreciated. Thank you very much. You know, I do 3 videos a week now in the weekend. I do my state of the market, which is basically look at intermarket analysis, looking at stocks, ETFs, bonds, looking at bond ratios, sentiment, and try to draw a picture of how healthy the market is. I do a long view video, which is based on weekly charts, ETFs, and it really looks for outperformance and what sectors are outperforming. Great for somebody who's working full time and can't watch the market every week, but also somebody who's looking to see what sectors are really the strongest. And then I drill that down one more time into this video, which is stocks to watch. We get granular into specific stocks that may be setting up or maybe are leading the market, and we need to look for potential good entries. Okay, so again, like, subscribe, that's huge, and tweet, retweet my my videos. I thank you. All right, let's get into this video. Looking at SPX, listen, bearish look right here. There's hard to be bullish at this juncture, no matter what they tell you. Potential support is lower. You know, here we go at for about 4,300, and then potentially again at 4,150-ish. Okay, so that's where I think support needs to hold. Is this a giant topping pattern? Yeah, maybe. Could be. Right now, it would have to break 4,150-ish for me to get really bearish. But at this point, it doesn't look good, right? Again, state of the market kind of goes into all the different factors that goes into my analysis of that. But let's get into some specific stocks that do look good. FTI is the first one. And again, a lot of oil and gas names, as to be expected. Some of them look a little bit loose, to be honest with you. So I know I've seen a lot of bullish sentiment on Twitter this week about oil and gas names, but I think that they look a little bit loose. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do see in some of the names that have already moved a lot, maybe some consolidation or even a little bit of pullback. That being said, they look great. So here's something like FTI that looks great if it can, get above, $8.15, 10 cents, somewhere around there. Again, it's a smaller cap, but great volume. And would love to see it above this area. Again, just making higher lows every time. So I do like that. FTI. Next up, NOV. Again, I love the turn that's making here. Kind of held on the 23-day pretty well. Never closed below it. I guess right there it did a little bit. Right there a little bit, but really held on to it really nice. Good volume coming in. That's NOV. WHD. This is Cactus. Great accumulation volume on this chart. Came back up, testing this area. Again, is it extended? Yeah, it's a little bit extended. So early in the week, would I be shocked if, there's a pullback? No, I mean, that would make sense, right? Maybe it pulls back to the 9-day EMA over here, and then it turns back up. I don't know. We'll see. But again, the 23 has been a pretty good guide for this uptrend, and it's a good place for stops. So it seems LBRT, and there we go. This is a really important spot right here as we go back for, literally years. This has been an important area, and we'll see if it can break out above there. Again, a lot of these oil and gas names have earnings in the next week or two, so just be very, very careful of that. This is no exception. So we'll see what the earnings response is. That was LBRT, MUR, Murphy Oil. Nice big uptrend, and now it's kind of just it's been moving sideways. So that's kind of nice to see. It's already starting to consolidate, and decent amount of accumulation in this name. So I like that. Again, earnings a little further off. Some of the big boys, XOM, again, a really nice little look, nice little turn there. I think that looks very similar to LBRT. Not LBRT, I'm sorry, maybe WHD. Yeah, very similar to WHD, right? There's XOM, good look, good nice accumulation going on this side of the base, and a little bit of time until earnings. CVX, again, similar look to its pattern. Love it. Decent accumulation is uptrend, and then much more subdued during this consolidation. So it looks pretty good. Enbridge, ENB, flagging out here. We'll see if it kind of could break the trend line or if it's going to roll over. Remains to be seen, but a break of the trend line, on 46.60-ish, even 46, 75-ish. I think that'd be a nice spot to manage risk against. OXY, Occidental. This is Uncle Warren's one of his newest acquisitions, or at least stake in, and it's done really, really well, right? Big up, and then it's kind of moved sideways, right? And look, there's still accumulation going on in this name. So what's not to like here, right? It's showing that there's support in this name, big time. So it looks really, really good. VAL, Valaris, again, on the sideways movement, we're just seeing tons of accumulation going on. So somebody's buying this name. Looks really, really good. That's Valaris. Let's keep going. MTDR, Matador. Yeah, so this one's got a bunch of wicks up here, which I don't love, but it's hard to argue with this trend, right? The trend looks great. So we'll see if it continues. Again, might need another, sideways movement so that these moving averages catch up a little bit, but it's been moving sideways for 3 days. And we'll see what happens right there, right? A little indecision right there, but if it can maybe pull back into the moving average or into the support area and then start to move higher, that would look really, really good. Devon, DVN. Again, a lot of oil and gas names, right? But we're about to get to some others after this one. Devon, again, this is the area that needs to hold. It's right there. Maybe a little sideways movement. Again, this was an inside day right over here on Friday. That says a lot on lower volume on the pullback. So it's a great spot to manage risk against, right? If you're in at 62, 56, you can manage risk against $60. And I think that's a great place to potentially get in there. And again, you're seeing accumulation in the chart, which is great, right? That's what you're looking for. All right, so let's go to gold miners because they're also doing good. Here's Barrick Gold. That's not Barrick Gold. Barrick Gold is right there. Great looking pattern. Everything's doing great. Friday wasn't, right? But if you're willing to manage risk against, this 23-day EMA, which hasn't been on a closing basis violated in a really, really, really long time, then I think that makes perfect sense, right? Very low risk and great reward. If this fails, that's easy, then you're out, right? But I love where the spot where this is at. I loved it last week. I still think it's a great spot. So Barrick Gold, I think that there's a lot of upside potential and very low risk in this name. AEM. I'm sorry. I'm just writing this down real fast. AEM is another gold miner. And again, these gold miners are looking great. And these are just sideways, inside type-ish days. This one, try to move higher. Then these 2 days have been inside this particular day. Looks great. Just consolidating sideways, good accumulation, decent accumulation. So that's AEM. Wheat and Precious Metals, WPM. Beautiful, man. Broke out already. So we call that, a leader potentially. Moving higher. Again, accumulation, pretty significant. maybe a little extended, nice little inside day on Friday. Wouldn't mind to see another inside or, inside this bar potentially, or sideways movement. Let these moving averages catch up just a pinch more, but we'll see what happens. Or even a pullback into the moving average, as long as 49, 42, or even, again, I like to use the 23-day holds. I think that's a reasonable place to manage risk against. And again, great risk reward there, right? As we in precious metals, HL, Hecla Mining, again, looks pretty good. Broke out, kind of consolidated, trying to move higher. Again, maybe a little bit extended, lower price stock, but good, good amount of volume. So we like that. STLD, a steel name, is looking really good here. Earnings coming up. But again, trying to move higher. It's extended with earnings coming up. I guess I'd want to watch this and see how the reaction to earnings, but looks great. That's STLD. AG, Majestic Silver, again, right where you want it. Great accumulation, lower day on a pullback. Easy to manage risk if it breaks out, right? That's AG, Majestic Silver. Here is Ternium. Again, I believe it's another miner, potentially in the steel. I don't remember exactly, but again, it broke out and then it's moved sideways. So just letting these moving averages catch up, nice place to manage risk against. A couple of tech names popped up, mostly in the cybersecurity space. Look at CrowdStrike. Here's the bottoming look. Here's the right side of the base. Nice little inside pullback on much lower volume on Friday. And so this one looks pretty good, right? So we're going to see lots of accumulation going on there. What else? Airbnb. Prices of vacations right now are through the roof. So the chances are they are making money. I don't know. I don't really look at the financials all that much. But there's a trend line. I do see there's a couple of VWAPs I have in here that look important from these gaps. And it looks like pretty impressive. If it can break the trend line, I think it could come back to test these highs right over here, which tend to be in the all-time high area, right? So that's a pretty good move. If it looks good, again, some accumulation showing up, which is nice. We'll see if it can break the trend line. That's Airbnb. Tenable, another cybersecurity name. Again, it broke out. Bearish outside day on lower volumes. That was kind of interesting. I think it just needed to rest. I mean, it was a pretty good move right there. Again, nice accumulation. Somebody's buying this name. And I think that, a buying on weakness makes a lot of sense. Look at this, man. Just gigantic amount of accumulation in this name. CrowdStrike, a lot of accumulation in that name. Let's just look at Palo Alto Networks, because that one's been an impressive one as well. Again, nice look to this one. You could add this to the list if you want to. Looks good. And you can see the accumulation going on all over the place in this chart. And in this move sideways, again, a lot of times it's on lower volume. So that Palo Alto also looks good. Cybersecurity looks good. Hack is one of them, right? That one looks pretty good. And cyber is the other one. Again, little inside day right there. But in the end, looks like accumulation happening in this chart. So the ETFs look great. That's just something I always do, but they look great. Let's just finish this and I'll show you a couple other ETFs with it. What the heck? Switch, love this, more of a tech name, but love this flag it's creating. If it could break out, looks really good. Not so much on the accumulation side, so we'll see what happens here, but I do love the price action, so that looks really good. And PRVA is my last one. PRVA Health Group. Again, looking for accumulation. We're seeing a ton of it here and here and here and here. You know what I'm saying? Like all over the place. So, Yeah, preview. Okay, so real fast, let's look at a few ETFs because we showed you the two cybersecurity ones. GDX, looks fantastic. GDX, the juniors, gold miners. These are both gold miner ETFs. Silver miners look fantastic. Again, and I highlighted a whole bunch of them, and you just see the amount of accumulation going on in these names. So that's what's working. That's why I'm showing you a whole bunch of those names. You could even look at XOP, just it's working. So again, if you like the ETF side of things, check out my long view video. It's really good as far as looking at relative strength and only the best of the best ETFs. Again, I know I've talked about that one, but I really love that video. It really has changed a lot of what I do, and I'm glad I'm sharing it with you guys. All right, so we have a few minutes left. Let's go over last week's top 5. LBRT was on there. Remember, last week was a 4-day trading week. 1, 2, 3, 4. LBRT was a good win. CNX was on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? CNX, good win. MP was on there. MP, 1, 2, 3, 4. MP, not so good of a win, right? I mean, this would have been the day. That's the game changer day right here. Manage risk against it. MP is pulling back on later volume. So, it may not be dead, but still now has to prove itself. But yeah, so MP, not a winner. Barrick Gold was on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be down a little bit, but wouldn't have been a deal breaker at this point. And GFI was on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, down a little bit, but not a deal breaker at this point. Looks actually really, really strong. GFI probably should make my list again this week. But yeah, it looks really good. Again, that's a gold miner. All right, this week's top 5. WHD. Love this one. Great accumulation. You see it here. You see it here. Right? You see it here. Right? And you can see it here. Nice accumulation in this name. I like this cactus oil and gas name. Oxy. Again, accumulation throughout, right? You see it here. You see it here, right? Here. Yeah, I'm just trying to highlight all these giant bars that we are seeing in this particular name. Looks great. And it looks like institutional support in this name. So I love it. VAL, Valaris. Again, looking at accumulation. I mean, all you're seeing is accumulation on this chart, right? Accumulation. Right? Lots of accumulation going on in this chart. So yeah, looks really good. That's VAL. CrowdStrike. A lot of accumulation on this chart, right? I mean, right there. I mean, so it's not oil and gas and it's not gold miners, but it looks pretty good. PRVA. Again, it's a newer name, but it looks really good. Look at this accumulation going on in this chart, right? Lots of accumulation. Barrick Gold. We're going beyond 5 here, right? Because there's things that look really, really good. I think, there's the drive and volume. Again, I don't love this last day, but the risk reward is so good in this name. And the gold miners overall look so good. Pattern looks great. It looks so good. And I love the risk reward even better now than I did last week when I was trying to break out. So great risk reward in Barrick Gold. Wheat and precious metals. Love that one. May be a little bit extended, but tons and tons of accumulation going on in this name. Again, hard to not be bullish. And I'm gonna even throw GFI back on there. And there's GFI again, looks really good. A little bit less on the accumulation side, but love this flag. Anyway, if you like these videos, like and subscribe. Again, I really do appreciate all your support. Thank you all very much. Have a great day.